from his home in a dark cave underground. It's Comedy After Dark starring Mike Burke, the rebooted Reboot Edition. And now, turn up the volume, snuggle up and get cozy. It's your social distancing, lifelong expert, Mike Burke!
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Wow. Thank you. Thank you very much. A standing ovation. Wow, that is fantastic. Thank you. Oh my God, you're too much. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you. Come on, just sit down now. Everybody sit down. Guys, you are truly the best fake audience a man could ask for. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I've really appreciated your support during this. Thank you. You're as invisible as the audience who watches it on YouTube. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, that's enough now. We got a big show today. It is the final show. Thank you. All right, that's enough. Shut up. Shut up. What did I just... Shut up! Shut the hell up, all of you! Oh, hi! Welcome to Comedy After Dark, show number 112. Yes, this is the 12th episode of the rebooted edition of Comedy After Dark. And it also happens to be the final episode. Yes, we have made it through the summer. It is now September 1st, 2020. Oh, what a year it's been, huh? Can you believe we're already coming towards the final stretch of this year? And I know a lot of people are like, thank God. You know, for me, 2020, I had a lot of hopes. I said when December 31st came along, 2019, I was like, 2020 is my year. That's going to be my year. Everything's going to work out. It's going to be perfect. So I apologize to all of you. I guess I jinxed it, because what the hell? What the hell? I'll talk about that later in my my final what in the what segment. But I wanted to share an interesting story with you, a little tidbit about Comedy After Dark that I've never talked about before, because there wasn't a need. You probably noticed in all of these 12 episodes, I will tell the audience to shut up. I'll just be like, all right, shut up. That's enough. Shut up. Shut up, shut up, shut up. So why do I do that? Well, as you know, a lot of TV shows have a catchphrase. Now, sometimes you can control that catchphrase. For example, we had no budget on our original TV show, so we would shout out, no budget. We have no budget. We would add an echo to it or reverb and just shout it. And so that became kind of a catchphrase. Our camera would black out, so we would call it power failure and yell that out. So it got to the point whenever anybody was on set and the camera shut off, every person who was there, the whole room would just yell out, power failure! So some of those things would make it into the public and become a catchphrase. But one thing that made it as a catchphrase and it was completely unexpected, was me telling people to shut up. I started shouting shut up because the cast also served as the audience. Not like these people, who are a digital recording of something I made, but they were real people, and they would sit down in chairs that were in front of me, and sometimes they'd bring friends, sometimes we'd have a lot of people there just to watch us shoot it, and sometimes when we would do a bit, especially the good and bad list, they would get a little out of hand. They wouldn't settle down, they would be talking to each other, they'd be telling jokes. I'm over here in front of the camera now, recording the episode, and they're distracting me because I could hear them talking back there. And so I would say, all right, that's enough. Okay, come on, settle down now. And they wouldn't. And so then after a while, I'd just be like, all right, that's enough. Shut up now. All right, come on, shut up. Would everybody just shut up? Well, apparently, because of the way I said it and the way it all kind of took place on television, people thought it was funny. And the cast thought it was funny, and the audience thought it was funny. And from there, it just sort of took off. To the point where people would purposely try to piss me off just to get me angry or just to get me to say shut up because they thought it was funny. And so it became a thing that happened all the time. All right, so I wanted to tell you a little story today. I was going to talk about the coronavirus and the world right now, but I think I'm going to save that for my final what in the what. But I wanted to tell you about how lucky I am that I have my life and how well things go for me, no matter where I go, especially the movie theater. Now, most people, you decide, hey, well, I want to go see this movie. And so either you buy your ticket online or you go buy it right there. And then you go and you find your seat and you sit down and you enjoy the movie, and it's fine. But for some reason, when I go to the movies, it's not fine. Because things happen. And they seem to happen almost every time. Could it be law of attraction? I don't know, because I don't think about that. I don't think, oh, something's going to happen. I just want to go see the movie. I don't care. But they happen anyways. Like that one time I walked into the movie theater and I sat way in the back. I used to sit way in the back, so especially during comedies, because I wanted to see everybody's reaction to a comedy. It just was part of the fun for me being there. And so sometimes, though, I would sit way in the back if I just wanted to hide and not be seen or heard and just be left alone, just so I could sit down and watch the damn movie without anybody bothering me. But for some reason, the theater would be empty. Nobody would be in there. I'd be sitting in the back row, and that's what people would start coming in and be like, oh, here's a good place to sit. And they'd sit right next to me. And it's like, well, why are you sitting next to me? You got this whole room. And you're sitting next to me? Like, what the hell are you doing? So one time it was a young couple. And they're sitting next to me, and this was, I don't even remember what movie it was, but I think it was something big. Like a big movie. Like Batman or something. I don't know. Like The Dark Knight. I really don't know. But I'm watching the movie, and they're over here, like, right in the seat next to me. And then I start hearing... They started, like, making out and moaning. And touching each other. Like, private areas. And I'm trying not to see it. It's in the, right here in my peripheral vision. My peripheral vision. Right there on the side. And I could see them, and I'm trying not to. I'm trying to focus on the movie, and they're just like, I'm going to stick my tongue down your throat. Honk, honk. I mean, you name it. The whole thing. All going on right there. Then she's like out of breath, and her lipstick is all smudged over her face, and she's like, and grabs her boy, and they walk down the aisle and then go into the little corner where the door is that exits. You know how it's kind of hidden from everything else? But they didn't exit. No. They decided to, have sex right there. So I'm trying to watch the movie, and all I hear is pounding against the wall and moaning and heavy breathing, and I'm thinking, like, wow, that's quite ballsy for one thing. I mean, you're in a movie theater, you're right at the door where the usher could walk in or other movie theater goers could walk in and catch you. And there you are doing each other right there in public. And I'm sitting right here. Maybe my plan of not being seen worked. Maybe I was invisible to them. I don't know. But needless to say, they ruined the movie because I missed half of it because all I could hear was, the grunts and the moans and the bangs against the wall and all that stuff and the heavy breathing. Pretty much like Thanksgiving at my house. So then there was another incident. And this particular incident was very uncomfortable. More uncomfortable than that one. I went to go see the movie The Perfect Storm. And the auditorium was packed. Jam-packed. Now, I was with my former friend, and we went out into the back and sat in the last row because that was the only seats left. And so I'm sitting there, and actually, to be honest with you, cut all that. Now, the next incident was when I went to go see the movie The Perfect Storm. Now, I arrived to the theater with my friend, and we walk in, and there wasn't that many people there, so we decided to go sit way in the back. And we're sitting in the back there, and then people start crowding in, and then suddenly this kind of big, chubby, overweight dude walks in, and he sits in the chair right next to me, and immediately takes my armrest. Now, I'm right-handed, so I had this armrest. My friend had this armrest, so that guy could have the next armrest. But no, he decided to take mine. And so his arm is like pushed up against me. And I'm like uncomfortable, and I'm like, okay, I don't want to be rude, but I don't want my hand or my arm touching another dude. I don't want that. So I kind of slowly move my hand down, and now I'm wedged in the seat. So my arms are between both armrests. And this guy decides that the armrest wasn't enough. So he leans into me. And he's practically in my seat now. He got so close, he actually then elbows me and goes, hey, these are prime seats, huh? And I'm just like, yeah. So now I'm kind of sitting like this because his whole fatness and disgusting body is in my seat. But also, I don't want to go touch my friend either, because I don't want to touch anybody. So now I'm sitting like this, and this guy just kept, like, jamming into me. And then, what happened next, I didn't want to look. But my friend noticed it too, and we were both kind of grossed out by it. He started doing something, and we don't really know what exactly, but he started breathing heavily and moving a lot, and was like, and he just kept leaning more into me. I don't know if the dude was doing something with himself, or maybe he was just enjoying his food a little too much, and that's what he was doing. Maybe he was eating a rib or a piece of pizza or something, and maybe he was just like, now, he did come with a woman. Maybe the woman was doing something, but why was he leaning in towards me and touching me? Why? Why? Truly horrible. And I couldn't understand, because the thing is when he walked in, the room wasn't packed yet. All the seats were empty. Eventually it filled up, but why did he choose to sit next to me? Why? 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 Another time, not a lot of people in the room, in the auditorium, and watching the movie, and this family comes in, and they were like, I don't know, Pigpen's family from Charlie Brown. I mean, they were all very dirty, tattered clothing. And then I don't know why they were there, quite honestly, because they didn't watch the movie. They just screamed at each other the whole time. So much so that I lost my temper. Now, I typically don't lose my temper in public. I try not to. But this time, I did. I stood up, I walked down to the theater, I turned around and I pointed right at them and I said, "Will you all just shut the hell up?" And they all looked at me like, what? Like, God forbid I tell them to shut up while the movie's playing. I said, this movie has been going on for 20 minutes and I'm missing it. I can't even follow the jokes because you're so loud I can't even hear what they're saying. So shut the hell up or I'll shut your mouths for you. And they were just like, shut up. But I lost it. I mean, I seriously got up and stood in front of the theater, didn't care who heard me, and I let them have it. Now, for the rest of the movie, they actually just stared at me, as if I was the movie. They just all turned around and were just like this the whole time. I think at one point I was just like... That actually happened like 3 or 4 times. Or people who didn't want to actually watch the movie would come in and just start shooting their mouths off. Yelling and screaming and making noise. But this was the one time when I actually had enough. So that's been my experience seeing movies, which is something I love doing. But many times it just doesn't work out. It just doesn't. We'll be back. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with a heavy heart that I announce my suspension of my campaign. Apparently, I'm at 0%. I wanted to be president. I wanted to just be the president of the United States because I know I get the president, it would be better. I'm good. I tell you I'm good. I would fix the problems. All you have to do is just vote for me. Why are you voting for the other guys? You don't know what they're doing. Would they give you candy? Would they make you happy and let you sleep in the same bed? I don't want to give up. I don't want to give up.
It's a wonderful day here at the annual Motor Oil Drink Fest. There are plenty of hot donuts and warm oil for all to enjoy. Tastes good, doesn't it, Mr. Gray? Even superstar of the silver screen, Charlie Chaplin, is enjoying the day. Oh, look at his shenanigans with the camera. What fun! Crowds gather around as pure motor oil is brewed into a tasty warm drink. Why, have a hot donut, Mrs. Calabash. Don't mind if I do, General. Now that's cooking. Smile for the camera. Nothing quite as good as a hot donut. I see you too, Mr. Dennis. And there is our star. Fresh hot motor oil in jugs. Who will be the first to drink? Also comes in convenient glass bottles. Cheer, cheer for all as the Motor Oil Festival comes to an end. Hey now, save some for the rest of us. And now a toast to good friends and lots of cheer. Whoops! Looks like Sam is the victim of the piss bucket. Sucks to be you.
The year 2020. It just makes me go, what in the what? I mean, seriously. Did this year actually exist? Did it really happen? Or am I just dreaming it? Because none of it makes sense. Let's think about how it started. Go back to when people were posting on Facebook and Instagram photos of a broom that they stood straight up, defying what appeared to be defining the law of gravity. And what did a lot of people say? Oh my God, that's an omen. Brooms don't stand up by themselves. Something's going on here. Others were saying, no, that's pretty natural. It's just something with the gravitational pull of the Earth's axis and just happens to be at the Earth is at the right moment of time and this and that. Who really knows? But what we all know is that a lot of us knew something wasn't right. Something wasn't normal. And it all started with a broom. And then we got hit for the first time in 102 years with a pandemic. What? Seriously? A pandemic? We're ordered to lock down. And then it went on for months and months. We started to have a war between people who wear a mask and those who don't. Instead of cops arresting someone for doing marijuana because that's not legal, they were arresting someone for not wearing a mask correctly, or walking their dog, or not social distancing. Mayor de Blasio said, hey, protesters, you want to go protest in New York? That's fine. Thousands of you? Whatever. The more the merrier. You're fine. Go ahead. Doctors actually saying, it's okay for them to protest. But then Blasio had an issue of warning. If I catch you swimming around in the ocean, we're pulling you out. We're going to arrest you ourselves. I'll do it myself if I have to. I'm a big man. So, protesting and the violence and burning down buildings, that's okay. But social distancing, that's not. But then again, it is because nobody was social distancing at the riots and the protesting. But then if you have the virus, but I don't have the virus. What? Then we're told about murder hornets. Like, I mean, what? A hornet the size of my finger, and thing's got like claws on its mouth. It could actually bite your head off and eat it. I think I've had dreams like that. Then there's some kind of outbreak of an invasive lizard down south that's like an enormous lizard. Like, they call it Godzilla. Like, giant Godzilla lizard creatures all over Florida. Then Connecticut, who has Lyme disease, is told, oh yeah, guess what, everybody? Now there's a new disease ticks are carrying that's very similar to COVID-19. Yeah, so, hey, there's something else to watch. Oh yeah, and the mosquitoes are carrying a deadly virus. Yeah, it's a new thing. You know, it's not the stuff we've had in the past. It's a whole new thing. So, ticks carrying around some kind of weird COVID-19 type illness, and mosquitoes carrying around something that's going to kill you all. There you go. Have a great summer. I mean, seriously, is this year real? And on top of that, with this annoying shutdown that went on for months and months and months, and all this and that, all the projections we were told that were all false. 250 people will be dead by mid-April. Then we'll probably see a second wave. All right, shut up, Fauci. You were completely wrong. Completely wrong. Then we're told, oh yeah, there's bodies piling up in New York. The death rate is enormous. There's just so many people dying. Nobody knows what to do with them. So there's bodies everywhere. Well, you're kind of missing something really important there. Let me do your job, news media. Yeah. There were no funerals. Yeah, they shut them down. They made them illegal. So where did you think the bodies were going to go? Do a spin-off show of The Walking Dead? Go down to the skating rink and just skate around while the pandemic did its toll and then waited for it to be over so that they can go into the ground and be buried? Go have a party somewhere? Of course bodies were piling up. They weren't being buried. If this was 20 years ago and people had the flu, it'd be the same story. Bodies would be piling up. And we didn't have a pandemic then, but they'd still be piling up because there was no funeral. It's called thinking, yeah, and common sense. Appears that that's lacking now. But, yeah, all that shit's going on. But then the most amazing thing happens and nobody batted an eye. No, does anybody even know this? The U.S. government, the Pentagon, and the Air Force, right, came out and said UFOs are real. Yeah, they admitted it. They said it. UFOs are real. And then they showed footage and showed how one of the vehicles, the UFO, went from like 1 to 6,000 miles an hour in a fraction of a second. It's impossible for the human race to do that. Most of us could not even handle the kind of speed. We probably would see our faces be ripped off our skulls. So how could that technology exist? Well, it certainly doesn't exist from here. And that's pretty much what the government said. Yeah, it looks like it's some kind of intelligence. So, without actually saying the word, they were saying aliens. Yeah, so in 2020, the government admitted that UFOs are real. And that these crafts are not operating in any manner That's from any technology that we have here on Earth. So that would mean it has to be alien. And nobody reacted to it. We're so buried in our noses with the COVID-19 stuff, we missed that story. Well, I didn't miss it. Because I don't think it really happened. I think I'm dreaming right now. I don't think any of this is real. In 2020, UFOs are confirmed real. All these years of people being told that they were nuts, they didn't see what they were seeing, of the men in black, the real men in black who would harass people and tell them they better keep their mouths shut. The lengths the government went to cover this up for all of these decades, inspiring the TV show The X-Files. And now, in 2020, they're like, oh yeah, the whole thing about UFOs and aliens? Yeah, they're real. Yeah, the whole thing. Yeah, we've been covering it up. We're not going to admit we were covering it up. You could pretty much guess we were covering it up. But yeah, they're real. And we're just like, whatever. I mean, maybe that was it. Maybe they were waiting for something huge to happen, and it just didn't. And then this finally happened. They're like, here's our moment. This is the time. Now we can say, now we can just tell everybody, yep, UFOs are real, everybody. Perfect timing. Here we go. Let's do it. Now we can live without having to cover it up and hide the fact. And then with the cell phone footage everywhere, it's getting a little harder now to say, oh, that's a weather balloon. What you're seeing is swamp gas. And if it just didn't get crazier, then you had the horrible, horrific death of George Floyd, which then sparked peaceful protests, which then sparked violent protests where they were burning down cities. Hundreds of stores burned down. Target, for some reason, I guess everybody hates Target because they were burning all those up. And it just escalates. And then this nonsense about defunding the police. Like, seriously? People are actually talking about not having a police anymore. What? Like, if you defund them, how many people are going to quit, for one thing, right? How many people are not going to stay? And you're going to have to reduce the size of departments. But not only that, many people are actually calling to disband them. So we're talking about no police. So, you know, if someone... This is actually true. Someone said this, and the government said this. True. Look it up. Well, if there's a wife being abused by her husband and he's beating her up, then, you know, a member of the household who's there, or the wife herself, can, instead of calling 911, they'd be calling a social worker. Oh, social worker, yes. Well, that makes sense. Because when a big beastly man is beating the hell out of his wife, the social worker will walk in and be like, excuse me, let's calm down, everybody, just calm down. Let's have a talk. You're beating her up, I see.
Yeah, I'm beating her up. I want to kill the bitch.
Yes. Let's use our indoor words, okay? Let's not yell. Come over here and sit down with me.
Well, I don't want to.
Yes, I'm a social worker.
Oh, you're a social worker. Okay, I'm going to stop beating her up and let me have a... Yeah, go ahead. You're a social worker, so you tell me a thing or two.
Well, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I mean, really? That's what they're talking about. Well, you know, sometimes if there's a medical emergency, people will just have to learn that you can't always get help. Oh, great. I'm over here dying of a heart attack and I need help. And, well, the ambulance is too far because it's a volunteer department, so I need the cops to come here to help me. Oh, there are none. Well, why don't you send that social worker? I'm sure he's skilled. I mean, what? What the hell? I mean, people are seriously discussing it. 2020. Just makes me go, what? In the what? Welcome back to Comedy After Dark. So I just got word that all of the different guests who have appeared on this show have made a special goodbye video for me. And I have not seen it, but I am just so touched that they would get together to do that. It is truly, it is wonderful. I think here we go. Here we go. Got the tears coming. Wow. So yeah, it's pretty exciting, and it's so nice that they did this for me. So we're gonna watch it together for the first time. So let's watch it right now.
Let me tell you, okay, this is a tremendous day for America. Now that this horrible, absolutely tremendously terrible show is coming to an end. I mean, who watched it? Nobody watched it. Did you watch it? No, nobody watched the show. This show was absolutely terrible with a loser host, loser Mike, horrible television host, terrible television show that nobody watched, nobody thought was funny, and should have never been on the air, okay? Let me tell you something, okay? I know a lot about television. I was on television. I had my own television show called The Apprentice. I also had a cameo in the movie Home Alone, okay? One of the most successful comedies of all time, okay? I made that movie a success just because I was in it, okay? My little cameo made that movie huge, okay? Absolutely huge, okay? It made billions and billions of dollars. Billions of dollars, I mean, billions of dollars. I mean, am I right? Billions of dollars. A tremendous movie, absolutely tremendous. So I know a little something about movies and television, but you, loser Mike, loser floppy-eared Mike, know nothing about television or movies. You are the absolute worst television host I've ever seen with the tremendously horrific television show. So today is a wonderful day for America. Absolutely terrific, because your show will no longer be on TV, okay? It's absolutely great, so off you go.
Oh yeah, we're saying goodbye. Okay. Let me tell you, okay, man? If you got a foot that's on crooked, and when you go sideways down the slider, you want to make sure that wearing reading glasses at night could cause a glare, and I think I spilled my coffee on my paperwork. Did I see a putty tat? I think I did. Come on, man, you want to go? Who are you looking at? You want to go? Because I want to meet you outside, okay? We'll go outside and I'll show you something. I'll show you this and I'll show you this. 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato. Hey, you like corn? I want to eat a corn on the cob. You ever like that? Corn on the cob? Donald Trump is the worst president our country has ever seen. Everybody knows that aliens like to probe people in their hiney holes. We know it because it's been done. It's been done to me. And as president, I will make sure that onions no longer make us cry. Come on, man. You understand what I'm saying? If you don't vote for me, you ain't black.
So I guess this is goodbye. I'm not really happy about that because, well, I've been out of work for a while, and it's been kind of fun being on TV again. So when I heard the news that it was going to be over, I got really upset. I couldn't stop crying. It's like, I mean, seriously, why are you watching it? Couldn't I change your mind? I'm really upset. Please don't go. Please don't end it. Bye.
For the past few months, we've had to deal with the coronavirus and how absolutely horrible it was. But I don't think the coronavirus even compares to how bad Comedy After Dark was, and its host, Mike Burke, one of the worst hosts I have ever seen anywhere. So, as much as we want to look at the data for the coronavirus and compare it to other deaths, I believe more people died just from watching this horrible show.
A lot of people probably and most likely ended their lives while watching an episode of Comedy After Dark. So the fact that it's finally ending, I believe, is a wonderful thing. And we're going to see America in a much better place. So I really don't have anything positive to say. What I would like to say is good riddance, and I hope we never see Mike again.
Doritos Ranch just got cooler.
Hello, all you cool cats and kittens. Carole Baskin here. I just want to say that I watched every one of your episodes, and I have not been very happy. First of all, you've been calling me Carole Baskins, with an S at the end of my name. There is no S, you dumb fool. It's simply Carole Baskin. My last name ends with an N, you moron. The other thing that I did not like at all was how you portrayed me. You portrayed me as a woman who was crazy and murdered her own husband. Well, there is no evidence that proves I murdered anybody. And there won't be any evidence when I find out where you live, and I come and find you, and then I secretly murder you without anybody knowing. And then I drag you into the basement of your home and chop you up into tiny little pieces. And then I bring you to my home. And then to Joe Exotic's old zoo, which now belongs to me. And I feed you to all of the tigers, piece by piece. Allegedly. So, congratulations on 12 episodes. And I'm so glad it's over. But most importantly, if I was you, I'd go into hiding. Because someone might be coming for you. Well, I've been Carole Baskin. Good night, all you cool cat and kittens. Meow.
You absolutely suck! Good riddance! Who the hell watched you anyways? Comedy what? You loser!
Hey, man. Hey, look, I just wanted to take this opportunity here to thank you for letting me host Newsbreak, man. That was real cool for you to even ask. But what's even better is the fact that thanks to Newsbreak, I now have nightmares at night. So thanks, man. Reading all that stuff that was going on this year, it was all horrible, man. I've been so depressed lately, I haven't even had any of the ganja, man. So I just want to thank you. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, man, for letting me do this job and for ruining my life. Yeah, man. So I guess the only thing I have left to say is, go you stupid hole.
Hello, I'm Cecilia Ray, and I have just one message for you, Mike. Do you want a piece of pie? Do you? So that I could shove it in your throat and hope you choke on it, you little piece of shit? I can't stand you, and I'm so glad your show's over, you disgusting loser. Bye!
And now it's Newsbreak with your anchor person, some dude.
Yep. The news. The news in 2020. you know, this thing's happening and that thing, and we can't do this anymore, we can't do that, and this is now bad, and that's bad, and this is racist, and there's your news. Well, we have come to the end of the show, the end of Comedy After Dark. I want to thank you all for watching, and for those of you who have supported this return, it has truly been great. I'm really glad I did it. And I hope that all of you have now recovered from this lockdown and you're doing better, and if you were depressed, you're feeling a lot better about life. You know, we were issued something that was unprecedented. Our way of life got taken away from us. And for many of us, we struggled, whether it was with anxiety, depression, a loss of a job, worrying about whether or not we would be able to feed our children, or fearing that you would get the virus, and whether or not you would survive it. And sadly, many people lost people they love. If there's anything we can learn from it, it's that life is too short. We never know when our time will come. And we should take advantage of every minute we have. Do the things you love to do. Be around the people you love to be around. Take chances. Don't hold yourself back. Don't wait until tomorrow to do something, because you may not have a tomorrow. We should live for today. And if you have fear, get rid of that fear, because fear is the most dangerous thing we can all have in our life. It is like a monster that wreaks havoc on everything we do. So drop that fear. So take the lessons you've learned from this lockdown and use them in life and live a better life and be prepared. Hopefully this will never, ever happen again. But if it does, be prepared. All right, so just because this is the end of Comedy After Dark doesn't mean I'm going anywhere. I'm going to be making many different videos, many different type of videos, whether it's comedy or inspirational or stories I'm telling or even comedy bits. I've got a lot of stuff planned that I'm going to be doing over time. So make sure you subscribe to this channel if you haven't. That way you'll know when I have new stuff to offer. Plus, it helps my channel. The more subscribers I have, the easier it gets for me to be able to create content for you. But if nobody's watching it and nobody's subscribing, what's the point of me doing this? Also, if you like this video or any videos I have, make sure you like it. And also, sharing is good, sharing helps. Sharing is something we should all do. So share this video and share the other videos you've seen that you've liked as well. Once again, thank you so much for watching this series. I really hope you've enjoyed it. My intentions were to make you laugh during a time that was difficult for all of us. And I think we've done that. So, thank you and goodbye.